Are you tired of having those days where you feel like you didn't give enough, and then the night hits and you're like, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to make it a better day, and then you just keep on repeating it, and you look at yourself and you don't feel as if you're enough. You feel like things are against you, or you may feel as if the things that you want to happen may not just work out based on how your life is going now. That is really not the case. It is just a matter of changing the way you think. It is a matter of realizing that it is your mind at play. It is these things that are working against you, aka your mind. That's the things. It is literally just you against you at this point. Nobody else. It is a you versus you situation. But it's not like you're your greatest enemy. You are your biggest friend. But it depends on your perspective of how you see these things. Are you going to be your biggest enemy, or are you going to be your best friend? You have to be your best friend in this reality if you want to make any change or anything good for yourself. A lot of the people who don't like themselves or are their own worst enemy are suffering day in and day out and causing other people suffering. And they just feed off of that negative energy. So remember that you can be your best friend because you're with yourself at all times of the day. So give yourself grace when things just don't feel right, or your productivity is low and you don't feel like you're enough. Because a lot of us who want to win, a lot of us who have goals and want to do something with our lives, we beat ourselves up, or we feel like it has to be a certain way. It doesn't have to be a certain way. All you have to do is focus on the task at hand. And if you don't really know what you want to do, that's okay. A lot of people are all trying to figure it out. Even the people that know what they're doing right now still are trying to figure something else out. So don't feel like you're behind. Don't feel like you're lost, because you're just where you need to be right now. That's where the universe has you at, and you have to trust in that timing. You have to trust that the universe is putting you in the right place for the right reasons. Trust it all, because it truly works out at the end of the day, especially if you are persistent, especially if you have the mindset that the 1% have. The 1%, they really don't, they understand how this reality works. They don't beat themselves up. They don't compare themselves to others. They realize that they can have whatever it is that they want. If their mind can conceive it, it can happen. So they tend to just do what they need to do day in and day out, regardless of how they feel. You know, I woke up this rising, I had a little bit of a later night yesterday, and just didn't really treat my gut right. I didn't eat the best foods, and just woke up feeling a little icky because it was late. I was eating late and woke up, felt very icky, but forced myself out of that bed, and it was like I just kind of went straight to dopamine. I wanted my caffeine fix. I wanted to just get on my phone and look at external results and what was going on, and then just sent myself in this spiral of distraction, just on the social, just watching random videos, and then having these random thoughts, and then searching about something, and then getting down in those little rabbit holes of whatever. And I had to catch myself and just started playing some music. I played some music and realized that it just wasn't hitting today. The music just wasn't hitting. I guess I've been wearing my mind out with music, and I just wanted to think. I just wanted to be in the moment. So that's exactly what I've been doing. I just turn it off and just relax and be in this moment and get some things done. It really sucks to have little chores and tasks to do, but you just do those. It'll give you a different edge in this life. It'll give you confidence that a lot of people don't have, because they don't do anything in their environment or do anything to change their environment. If you just do these small things, you get a little rush of endorphins. You get a natural high just from folding your laundry, putting it up, taking out trash, cooking a lunch or a dinner for later, or just cleaning up your area. These things really do help big time. And that's what I find myself doing. And you can get distracted if you really go at it too much. Remember to stay on your job. Remember to do the things that are going to help you pay the bills or help you make investments to get your life on a better track. So don't get too lost in the sauce doing those small little activities, because sometimes your activities just make you feel as if you're doing something, when in reality you're just keeping yourself away from the goals at hand. So stay focused there. It'll really help change your mind and the way you think. And it's so easy when you feel like your day started like shit that it can't get better. But it really can. It's just that shift of thought. You may have wasted 2 or 3 hours of your day, especially starting out, but don't make it seem as if the day's already over. Don't make it seem as if you can't change your end result of the day. And you're not supposed to be too attached to the outcome, but you have to remind yourself that, hey, it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. But it's also good to start good and finish good. That's just what I'm throwing out there. Not even trying to make it seem like there's only one way to do this thing here. Because you can start shitty and you can finish good. Or you can start good and finish shitty. Or you can start bad and finish bad. But you probably want to at least focus on how you finish, because not a lot of people are going to have their mind on straight. A lot of things come in and out of our day, or we may have some type of obligation, such as a job, or you have family, or people who just kind of throw you in certain situations which you shouldn't even be in. If you're in these situations and you find yourself there, start being able to say no. Start putting your foot down and be like, you know what? I'm not gonna do this shit with you today. I got other things to do. And if you set those boundaries, people will respect you. This dog's tripping. And that's really what it's about, is setting your boundaries and commanding respect from others. You're not supposed to just expect respect from other people. A lot of people will just walk over you if you're nice. And I tend to be a very nice person. It's probably one of my weaker side traits, which is it's not bad to be kind, but if you just say yes to people when they're like, oh, can I get a ride here, or can you do this and for so and so, when you could just say no. You could just say no. You don't have to explain yourself. One thing that a lot of people try to do is just explain the reason why they did something, or why they can't, or whatever. It's like, stop explaining yourself for people who don't even care at the end of the day. They're just trying to get something out of you. And you don't want people to just always try to take. You want a pretty even balance of reciprocity, where people are giving and taking, and you're doing the same. So remember to give in abundance, and whatever you can take. Like, don't block your blessings. If somebody offers you a blessing, don't be like, no man, no, I'm good, just to be so-called polite. Don't block your blessing, because if the universe is giving you some type of blessing, accept it. You have to be able to accept these things. If something falls into your lap, accept it. Even if you feel like you don't deserve it, remember, it's there for a reason. It all came for a reason. A lot of people don't want to accept that gift of somebody trying to give them $20 for gas money just out of the kindness of their heart, or maybe they may ask to buy you lunch. And I know there's this 48 laws of power is to really not accept the free lunch, really just pay for your own. And it just depends on the situation. But if somebody really wants to treat you to a free dinner or whatever, and they don't seem like somebody who's going to use it against you, definitely take that and give your thanks to God, the higher power, and watch more abundance just flow into your life. That's really what it's about, is letting the abundance flow rather than being so rigid and trying to control the situation, or putting yourself lower down because you may not have what you've always wanted right now. You don't have to put yourself in a certain place. You don't have to limit yourself to certain things, because, as I said earlier, if your mind can conceive it, if there's something that you know is out there and you want it, it can be attained. You just have to find the right people. You have to create the right circumstances, and it all comes in due time. So if you want it, you can have it. But you gotta really, really feel that shit. in your heart. You got to feel that shit in your soul. You got to feel it in your mind, and it all has to connect, as it would be the mind, body, and spirit, Holy Trinity, the real Trinity, in my opinion. If you want to argue with me, you can try. I'm not going to argue it. The real Holy Trinity is that mind, body, and spirit. Putting it all into alignment, you can really see the biggest transformation in your life, because everything starts to align itself. We should, as human beings that are very spiritual, we should be aligned. But we tend to comfort ourselves with food. We tend to comfort ourselves with certain drugs, certain stimulants, or certain things on the outside to really distract our mind, to hold our bodies back, and to make our souls feel as if we're not in our purpose, we're not in alignment. It's funny because the soul is something that just cannot be explained, but it just sends those messages to your gut. It sends those messages to your heart for you to feel intuitively exactly what you want, or exactly that feeling that one just can't explain. And then the mind, it's just something that can distract you. It can send whatever thoughts out there, and you may think that, oh, I'm just gonna go with it because it just feels right, when you're like trying to just convince yourself that it is right, when you know when something's meant to be. Your heart will tell you. Your soul is just resonating with that thing, rather than your mind trying to create all these scenarios and plan all this shit out and try to force it. The mind likes to force things. If you can be no mind and let all that abundance in and that free energy just flow through your body, you'll operate in a much different manner. And it's not like the mind's this enemy. It's not like it's this big deal, because you have those two sides to your mind, the subconscious and the conscious mind. The subconscious is that storehouse which actually allows you to manifest, whereas the conscious mind is something that is always moving. It is pulling things from the subconscious at a high speed, and it gets very distracting when your subconscious is pulling so many things from you, especially if you've been super programmed and you have certain things that you're still trying to remove out of that programming. So we're all crazy at the end of the day, and we're all trying to figure it out. So the more you realize that you can follow your heart, you can follow your gut, your soul's mission, you'll realize that the mind really doesn't matter too much. You already have what you have now, and as long as you do what is in alignment with your heart or your soul's purpose, it'll change the way your life turns out. And it's hard. It is truly hard when there are things outside of us that we may want to control, or things outside of ourselves that we want so bad. So remember that you can take your time with this shit. It's not all going to be perfect. Not everybody can explain how the heart works or how the mind works to the best degree. But if you can study it and you can actually do the steps to align yourself, meaning by just taking action, it will feel much easier to understand. And it's more of an understanding, one that is within you that you really can't explain. You just do, and it all works out. You see me rambling on about the heart, mind, body, the whole connection. And the body is one thing that I've really neglected. And I know I told you I was up late, ate like shit last night, and I feel like day in and day out I do that. Not at night, but I'll just eat a lot of stuff with seed oils or excess sodium and excess fat. It's like I run off that stuff, and I care, but I just don't care. It's one of those things. And I tend to not care, because if I worry about it, or if I stress the importance of it, I just know it could really do its damage. But I know what I gotta do, and I'm not going to rant and ramble on about it. What good is it going to do for me to complain about a certain situation that I know I can change? I have the knowledge, but why am I not following my heart? I know it's what I want to do. I know it's that deep desire to be healthy, to be more energetic than I ever have been. And I'm just a high energy person. It may not seem like it in this video because I'm just out here soaking up this sun and just slowly letting these things come out rather than trying to be all like, what's up, family? We're out here. No, if that's not there, I'm not going to try and put on that persona. So you get what you get in every video. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to fake it until I make it. And I like to fake it sometimes in certain situations. I can be kind of crazy with that, but on these videos when I'm alone and I'm chilling, I don't have to fake it for nothing. I really don't. But sometimes I just tend to fake it when I'm exercising, and it's very tough, and I hate it. I'll just smile. I'll fake it in that type of way. Or if somebody is just negative around me and I can feel that, or there's a lot of people complaining, I'm just like, I'm doing great. Although I don't like that negativity and I know it can really drain me, I just tell myself, you know what? I like the weather today. I feel great today. When somebody's complaining about something, I just fake that because I don't like the cold. I don't like to wake up early and feel like shit because I slept for 4 hours. I don't like when it's dark every single day. I don't like when CNN or whatever news channel is putting some bad shit out there in the universe. I don't like it, but sometimes if somebody's bringing it up and trying to rant on about it, I don't want to feed off of that shit. So I have to fake it till I make it there. And I really hope that me giving this example of me faking it in the right ways is it'll really help you, because it's easy to put energy into somebody's complaints, to somebody's negativity, especially as an empath where you just step into the shoes of others and you can relate to anybody. It makes it like that. I know I'm already standing up. I always gotta watch this dog, and man, if there's ever hawks flying, bro, I'll freak out because they'll pick those little dogs up like crazy. But I guess it's just my sign to finish out the video. I know the topic's never fully definite and it's more of a freestyle type of beat, but that's just how we roll. Like I'm saying, this is a free flow video and I'm giving whatever advice I can from what I have with me, because you must work with what you have right now and you just got to keep moving forward. It doesn't matter if you missed a day, it doesn't matter if you missed a month, as long as you keep bringing the right energy and you make the decision to actually be good at something, to make the decision to be the best at what you do. You really won't want to take days off. You won't make excuses for it. You won't be running around the house like a chicken with its head cut off because there are a million things going through your mind. You will have the definite purpose. You'll know exactly where you want to go and what you want to do, and there won't be as much confusion. So stay as consistent as you possibly can. It's not always going to be easy. You may not be able to hop on all day, but eventually you'll be able to make time for what you truly love. You'll be able to make time for what you've always wanted to do. Just make sure you get time as much as possible, but don't force yourself into doing it. Don't get upset if you didn't do it. Don't look at what everybody else is doing and try to do what they're doing. You can make it in your own way. Hope this video is full of good vibes and a lot of good advice for you to move forward in your spiritual journey or just your walk of life. Stay focused, stay balanced, focus on the right things, and don't give your energy to the wrong things. Peace.